The Blaser R8 is truly one of the finest rifles you can buy today. The craftsmanship, the trigger. Oh yes, the trigger. The balance, the leather pad where your cheek rests on the stock. The butter-smooth straight bolt, the elegant carrying case. I could go on, but that's not the point of this short film. It's one of the best products I've had the pleasure of using in my time running this channel. Let me start by saying when I first laid eyes and hands on this R8, I thought it was ridiculous and had no valid purpose in my life. I thought the straight pull bolt was silly and an unnecessary change to a classic design. A few weeks later, I asked Blaser how much they wanted and I bought it. We live in a day and age when people access and share information like no other time before in the history of civilization. We have access to things the founding fathers of this once great nation couldn't even imagine. And we have it because of what they did imagine and then accomplish. The information is available, the products are available, and yet the majority of the people focus on one thing about the R8, the price. These people yammer on about how they can put up similar groups with their $500 bolt gun and all the things they could do with the money they saved, and that's all well and good. What these people are likely missing is that they're willfully depriving themselves of an experience. Any digital watch off the shelf may keep just as good a time or better than some fine Swiss timepieces. But a little part of you dies, and a little part of civilization as we know it dies, when you declare the supremacy of the fast, cheap, and easy over the finely crafted work of art that goes above and beyond what you could have envisioned yourself. Furthermore, consider the exotic car, or the house with the marble staircase, and that fine Swiss wristwatch. These are all things that help us to aspire, to do greater things, to work harder, to make great things, so we can enjoy the experiences and finely crafted foods, watches, automobiles, and firearms that this world has to offer. Look at your nearest car lot and you will easily find out that sure, you can jam a bunch of gadgets into an affordable and completely joyless and uninspiring automobile. You get all of the function with none of the joy. It's very sad. If we always use the cheapest thing that accomplishes the primary goal, life would be incredibly boring. We'd be eating grass and living in discarded shipping containers. We wouldn't be living at all. So the next time you find yourself ready to discard the idea of a fine product simply because of the price, think about a world without beauty, without craftsmanship. A world where no one ever tried to go above and beyond because they'd just be trolled by a bunch of naysayers that said they were wasting time and money. A world where craftsmanship and beauty cease to exist. Then consider giving that finely crafted work of art a chance to enrich your life, to elevate your experience and let you feel joy in your heart once more. You may think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Thanks for watching.
But in the last half century, our knowledge of the cell has just exploded.
Today, powerful technologies reveal elaborate microscopic worlds. Worlds so small that a thimbleful of cultured liquid can contain more than 4 billion single-celled bacteria, each packed with circuits, assembly instructions, and miniature machines, the complexity of which Charles Darwin could never have imagined.
At the very basis of life, where molecules and cells run the show, we've discovered machines. Literally molecular machines. There are little molecular trucks that carry supplies from one end of the cell to the other. There are machines which capture the energy from sunlight and turn it into usable energy.
We can enter the cell to view this remarkable system at work. After entering the heart of the cell, we see the tightly wound strands of DNA, storehouses for the instructions necessary to build every protein in an organism. In a process known as transcription, a molecular machine first unwinds a section of the DNA helix to expose the genetic instructions needed to assemble a specific protein molecule. Another machine then copies these instructions to form a molecule known as messenger RNA. The messenger RNA strand is directed to a two-part molecular factory called a ribosome. After attaching itself securely, the process of translation begins and shepherded by another molecular machine to the exact location where it is needed.
This is absolutely mind-boggling to perceive at this scale of size such a finely tuned apparatus, a device that bears the marks of intelligent design and manufacture.